He's balding in this picture. Okay, so wait, hang on. Is it? I think this might be Miracle. Could that be? Park Rafferty has only one child to place. Wait. Yeah, Rafferty Chris. Am I hallucinating? Oh, he's just a college student. Oh. Oh, my bad. Miracle's other son. Revisiting the diary. Life Between Wars and Visiting the Diary. Miracle. Miracle's the youngest, not my brother. Yeah, okay. This was names. Did I not pick the right Eli? Yeah. Oh. Well, now I feel stupid. Is that it? Oh wait, Tessa. It must be Tessa here. Okay, and now we've got Chris, Elias M, and Tessa. Plus those two kid pictures. It's you again.
On the phone, I said I owed you an explanation. But I can't reveal everything. Not yet. I'm sure this all seems like deception for deception's sake. So I'll try to explain why. It's true, I'm working with lawyers. But not the candy company lawyers. My publisher's lawyers.
Lauren?
I'm on the verge of releasing a book. And it's not kind to the root trees. Especially Elias and the Five Pieces. The truth often isn't.
Maybe it's not Lauren.
But with the plane crash, the publisher is rightfully worried it'll look like I'm making things up to exploit a tragedy. So they're doing their due diligence. That's why you're here. To be sure there's enough evidence for an expert to unearth the whole story. If I tell you the whole story now, we can't prove that. I hope you understand. That said, I can say that the work you're doing is very personal to me. To my story, one spot on the tree is more important than the rest. You've likely noticed it. It's locked for now. I'll return one final time, after you fill it in. Also, there are fewer root trees left. In a sense, that makes it easier. Use process of elimination. It's also harder to verify when you're right. You'll need 4 blood relatives before they lock from here on out. I don't have any more evidence for you, but trust your intuition. If something has a high number, it's not a mistake. You're getting closer and closer to the truth.
Okay, so that's why there's the this folder here, this top secret thing. So Eli looks like Pop. Okay, and Who looks most like that guy? I think it must be this blonde in the corner. I need to swap these two. Or wait. Eli is standing all the way on the left. That's the wrong way around. I'm trying to figure out who this random guy in the back are. Okay. Addition to the 5-piece product line for less than a year, Guy Hudson's first move as Root Tree. President, I mean. Mimic Caviar. Gross. I don't know who Guy Hudson is. And he was the second president, I'm gonna say. And he had red hair, but they said that they have. And it was a Clara Lansing. Maybe housewife. Just such a sudden shift. And the Hudsons and yep, Deborah, Laura, and Christopher, Patricia, and that other one. Okay, it must be a yearbook photo. Either a college student or a high school student, probably. Student K through 12. Oh, well done. These 4 entries have been locked. Christina, Stephanie, David the Fourth, and Stephanie. Control Sam, Kellogg David the Third. Picture 1, picture 2. Booyah. Baby. Top secret.
To my genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations! I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
Hey. Who's EC? I think this must be the picture. I feel like Eloise is the one that's supposed to be here. Who are all these people? All of these women? Did I just not do enough wives? I remember reading Eloise from somewhere. Was Charles E? So was it that one? Five flavors in every box. Egg cream? So, did they have a... They had another child. This is a third child that they fucking erased from history. Lyons Jr.'s wife. Christensen Patricia? You know, I'm going to get Business Watch. Steel Company in Butler County. The Vice President of the United States who visited the factory in person. Let's see, maybe Butler County Times. 1990s. Matthias Christensen was her father, attempting to sell the company. So let's look at this steamy correspondence by Tina Angelina. Tina Angelina. Oh. Each letter with an erotic twist. Someone who goes by Patch wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown nobleman who it is clear she had a romantic history with. Patch is thought to be Patricia Christensen, because her nickname was Pat and CH. Patricia, who had been in her mid-20s when the letter was written, was married to an older man of no notable status. This was also not to him. I mentioned a daughter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. A twisted twin. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped away from his rightful fate, and worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin? Left an outcast, forced to a life of unlabor under a wicked relative. It's like something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Some interesting mentions of an EC in Lauren's diary. Those candy ads seem suspect as well. I just don't know what the initials stand for. Confirmed bachelor. I don't know if I'm getting this. Maybe I'm dumb, but maybe an Edward? I think I can figure this out. Like, I'm so sorry, but I think I'm too stupid for this. Okay, so EC for egg cream. But in the next ad, EC is gone, and now it's cinnamon extract. Hang on, let me see. ECCE. Okay. And then EC is just gone. 1928. Okay, so something happened between 1924 and 1928. Or, wait, was it 28? 1928. Just that I feel like I might be too stupid to figure out what it is. Egg cream? I don't know. Can I Google egg cream? Egg cream? Nope. John Miller is... Mr. Miller was his roommate, and John must be his last name, assuming that they are in fact gay and not... Oh, is that why they're called... Oh shit, is that why he got removed from the family tree? Because he's gay? Oh good lord, hang on, I know that there's something in here. There was a name swapped around in... what was it? It was, names here. Uncle Junior, Miracles Eli. I keep receiving certified mail for Edward Clancy Root Tree. Hang on. Is this you? I guess? First. Monroe Joan. All the whys that I had to Google to figure out because I'm stupid. Number of optional entries left for next time. 2.
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottree? And his partner was John Miller? That's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottree. Yup, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago. My book tells the truth about Elias, the 5 Pieces, and my parents. Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My fathers. Edward Clancy Roottree and John Miller. By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser. Lauren was right. I hated the 5 Pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning. My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man. But his identical twin Clancy and his father, Elias, were not. At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand.
Oh my god, a confirmed bachelor. Yeah, I just thought maybe he was not doing any of that.
Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable. The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both. They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 Pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC. We were sent to the farm, and the 5 Pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family. But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary. Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard. And while the 5 Pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work. It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all, but there he is in the background. The 6th 5 Piece. Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy. Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 Pieces. My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts. His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president. But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy, a real Roottree. He nearly ruined the company. When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions.
Yeah, I remember
Ernie
this
earned
vaguely.
about $36. They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point. Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry. Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
Oh, shit. Technically.
That sounded familiar. The Clancy Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's
I was gonna
future.
search the Clancy Trust, but I decided not
His
to.
entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as, and that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the Trust, as anyone else. The Clancid
Damn.
Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money. The truth has been eating away at me for years. But now, I can set the record straight. Thanks to you. As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future. So thank you. You knocked it out of the park. With your expert work, the truth will come to light.
I honestly didn't realize that there was even a secret sixth sibling for a while, but it makes sense with his place on the tree. And Caroline, her daughter, I think, in fact, is also gay. Or bisexual, possibly. Or just living with another woman. I don't know. Something like that.
And when it does, my share of the Clancid Trust is yours. Like I said at the beginning, set for life.
Holy shit. Are you sure about that?
Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete. Unless a whole lot more root trees somehow appear from thin air. This is the last time I'll come knocking.
Hey, listen. Time travel. It could happen.
Thanks again, and so long.
Thanks to your hard work, Sam Madsen's book was published. It received mixed reviews. Life went on, and a new president took over for the company. The Root Tree family faded from the news cycle. And then everything changed. There's another mystery to solve. Root Tree Mania is now unlocked as a new game. Root Tree Mania. I'm a secret root tree. And a whole new mystery. What does this even mean? This has been The Root Trees Are Dead. I rather enjoyed that story. And I hope to see more. Just in general. It was fascinating. I've never played a game like this before. And honestly, so cool. There were gay people in it. We'll see you next time.